It is 12:30 in the afternoon and I'm Liz Jones, Managing Director at People to People UK and your host of P2P UK Live. We are live on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram and X, so don't forget to follow us. And on today's show, we're going to take a look at the stat of the week. We'll take a look at some hot jobs in the UK, Australia and New Zealand. Are you beginning to feel stagnant in your career? This week, we're going to take a look back at a conversation between Victoria Managing Director Erin Devlin and permanent recruitment consultant Matthew Galla, who's going to discuss overcoming stagnation in your career and the importance of utilising strategies to drive your career forward. And then we'll take a look at the social media poll results. But first, let's take a look at the stat of the week. This week, we're taking a look at an article shared by Talent International. So hiring for skills is transforming recruitment by focusing on abilities and competencies rather than formal qualifications. This is leading to a more inclusive and effective hiring practice, skills-based hiring practices, prioritising know-how and continuous learning, enhancing both employer and employee success. This approach supports diversity and inclusion by valuing non-traditional career paths and transferable skills, and implementing this model requires revising job descriptions, using skills assessments and leveraging AI tools. And that is it for the stat of the week. It is time to take a look at some hot jobs in the UK, and we are looking for an assistant finance manager in London, South East, paying £30,000 to £40,000. Your responsibilities will include supporting the finance manager in financial reporting and analysis, overseeing budgeting, forecasting and financial planning processes. We need somebody who's a qualified accountant, ACA, ACCA or CIMA with relevant experience. And if you want to know more about this role, you can contact Hannah Scanlon. Her details appear on screen now. For the next role, we're looking for various temporary workers actually across the UK. We have various positions, short-term, long-term, from anything from a day all the way up to 12 months. We're always on the lookout for job seekers. If you want to get in touch with us to discuss any temporary vacancies, please contact the contact details on screen now. Taking a look over the border now at Australia and New Zealand, we are looking for a receptionist in New South Wales, Australia. This looks like a temporary position, paying $33 to $35 per hour. A kit assembler in Queensland, Australia, paying $31 per hour. And a financial analyst in Wellington, New Zealand, paying $80 to $100 per hour. If you want to know anything about these positions, please scan the barcode on screen now and you'll receive the contact details.
Hi, Matt. I'm joined today by Matthew from our Victorian team who looks after permanent legal recruitment. And Matt, we're talking today about career stagnation. So firstly, I wanted to ask you, what is career stagnation and how can you really overcome it?
Sure, and hi Erin, thank you. So career stagnation is often conflated with career burnout. However, they do need to be recognised as two very distinct occurrences. So whilst burnout can be addressed with reducing workload or perhaps some time away from work, stagnation involves, I'd say, more of a self-reflection and perhaps a change of career direction. So stagnation occurs when you feel like you're stuck in a rut. You cannot seem to progress in your career, and you may well feel unchallenged, bored, and unfulfilled in your current role. So it can often lead to a lack of motivation and kind of a sense of frustration, I'd say. So I know our recent employment and salary trends for market report found that last year almost 2/3 of job seekers said their work having a purpose was the most important thing for them.
Yes.
However, whilst career stagnation doesn't mean the end of your career, it could just mean that you need to look at shaking up your situation.
Yeah, absolutely. And Matt, I know one of the pieces of advice that I typically give candidates if they're going into a new role is sometimes we expect our employer to map out the career path for us. But when you step into a new role, that's such a great time to look at, okay, what are my goals over the next 5 years? What would I like to achieve within this organization? What are the steps that I can take to get there? And what support do I need as well? So how important do you think goal setting is in addressing career stagnation?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. And I would say that is the key difference between burnout and stagnation is a very much a self-reflection thing, as you just kind of pointed there. So I always think, so first of all, it's always important to identify the root causes. So is it because of a lack of challenge, perhaps, lack of opportunities? Are you unhappy with perhaps individuals or the company culture where you are at the moment, or are there even personal factors, in play? And as you referenced a moment ago, setting goals is very important. So, once you've identified the root cause and you're aware of the interest, it's important to set achievable goals. So, what do you want to establish in your career? Do you want to learn a new skill, perhaps move up the career ladder or transition into a new role or industry entirely?
Yeah, absolutely. It's great to have that personal drive with it and really push it forward. And I think sometimes people hesitate to discuss their career plans with their manager, but if you loop them in, they can really help you to progress them further and support you with training and development as well. Fantastic.
Sure.
Any other points you wanted to add there, Matt, on career stagnation?
Yeah, as you say, it's a very collaborative thing. So speaking to managers and leaders in your work, networking is very important, even speaking to people in similar roles in other industries. It's about speaking to others and then reflecting inwardly.
Yeah, beautiful. Thanks for the insights, Matt. And if you are a legal support candidate or client in Melbourne, please reach out to Matt. He's an excellent consultant in our Victorian team. He'll take care of you and really look after your career and look after your business. Thanks for joining, Matt. I'm going to move now to our media polls for this week.
It is time to take a look at the social media poll results. So last week we had, how often are you contacted by your employer outside of work hours? 23% of you said not at all. 56% of you said 1 to 2 times a week. And 21% of you said 3+ times a week. If you want to get involved in this week's poll, is it acceptable to reapply for a role that you have previously been rejected for? Yes, persistence is key. No, it's unprofessional or depends on the feedback. I look forward to seeing the results for that. That is it for P2P Live this week. Thanks for joining, and we will see you next Friday, 12:30.